Guys, welcome back to another DIY with me. I'm so excited you guys are here today. And today we're going to do another simple, my whole thing is simple, quick, and easy crafts. I'm sorry, my hair is kind of freaking me out right now. And today it's going to be a very simple and easy craft. What you're going to need is you're going to need a practice ball. I went ahead and threaded some macrame cord through, but you can use any kind of cord. You can use yarn, you can use whatever, but I went ahead and threaded it through like this. And you're going to need some flower heads, which these are the ones I have. You've noticed they've shown up in several projects that I've had. So I'm trying to share some projects with you guys that are going to be beneficial for you to be able to use all the supplies that you have in your craft cabinet for future projects. So you're going to need this. You're going to need some scissors because, of course, as always, with working with something that has flower heads, you have these pesky little, see if I can open this one. It's on the wrong way. You have these pesky little heads on that are horrible to work with if you're trying to get them to lay flat. And what would I be without my handy dandy hot glue gun? The pink one was giving me a fit, so I decided to put that and let it sleep and let it rest for a while. And I'm going to use my gray one. I have several hot glue guns in my cabinet only because I know I use them all the time. And I just found out the other day there's actually hot glue for fabric hot glue. So I wanted to make sure that I have one hot glue gun just for that. But if you notice, the other one was kind of like, you could hear it every time I did a video with it. So it's always great to have a backup. Plus, you always know someone's going to come around in your craft cabinet and borrow your hot glue gun and not put it back. Or you forget to put it back in your cabinet. And when you go to do a craft, you're trying to figure out where it's at. So with that, let's get started. Now, I wanted to share with you something that I did when I was cleaning up a project, which is kind of cool. I just had a mason jar, and believe it or not, this is a makeup brush. This is an elf fan brush. And what I did is after when all this stuff was on, and I'll show you at the end of the video, when all this stuff is cut off and you're trying to get it all off and not have it go all over the place, I just took the fan brush and just put it in the jar, and then I could dump it in the trash. So I'm just going to set that to the side right now, but that's a quick tip for you guys. So to get started, I'm just going to work on this particular, I have two different boxes because I like to store my flowers like this in the box. So I'm just going to work on this box right now and see how far I can empty them. But I'm just going to come and I'm going to trim the edges. So this is all you're going to see. It's important that if you're working on something with hot glue, that you have a mat down. If you notice, my mat is different. I actually bought this mat at Five and Below when I went shopping with my daughter this past week because I knew I wanted just a plain mat to do it with. You may see throughout the show that I switched out, and I may have a different one, or I may use cardboard. It just depends on what particular craft I'm working with. So all I'm doing is cutting off. See how they fly all over the place? So, and I'm at my desk, and I actually see some casualties from yesterday's craft. But you're just going to come, and you're just going to cut off the big pieces that are sticking up. And scissors are great to have. Multiple pairs of scissors are great to have in your craft cabinet because you can use one for things like this. You can use one for cutting paper. I am actually going to get a paper cutter pretty soon. That's going to be another thing that I'm going to add to the craft cabinet. Also one for cutting fabric, because fabric is really hard sometimes to cut. So I'm just going to, like I said, just cut off snips off the backs of these right quick. And I'm hoping that this particular one will be all I need for this. So I have several others waiting around for so I can make another craft out of these I have in this one. But so far I have gotten 4 or 5 crafts out of just the package of pink flowers that I bought. If you look back on the DIY show one that I did, I actually made a painting out of, or a canvas print out of using that, and made it into, because these are like cherry blossom flowers, which are really cool. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come and you're just going to add hot glue to your, and now if you decide before you do this hot glue that you want to make and put, what's what I'm looking for, and put puppery or some kind of air freshener inside, you 100% can do. But I suffer from migraines a lot and I'm very susceptible to smells, so I'm not going to put anything inside this, but you can always put something inside your, and you're just going to come, like I said, go around your little circles, because they're actually going to sit inside the circle, and fill up, just cover the ball, cover the whole entire ball with flowers. And that's all you're doing, is covering the whole entire ball with flowers. And I'm choosing to go around where the holes are, because I think that's going to be the most beneficial for me as far as knowing the placement for the flowers. Because if you notice, they're pretty much spaced out the right way. And if I stick them and they stick inside, then you notice that there's not a lot of overlap. I may have to come back and put like a little one there, but there's not a lot of overlap. So I'm just going to do that first and see where I need to go after. See, I may end up having to put one right there, but I'm just going to do the holes as part of this. Now, I would love your guys' opinion on something. I have a webcam that has a remote to it. As you can see, it was perfect shot to begin with, but then when I go to use the remote, after the first time it hooks in, I can't get it to work. And I know it's not batteries because it's a fairly new webcam. Is there a webcam that you like better than any other that you would absolutely recommend as far as shooting as a second camera? Because I am looking for a webcam. So if there's one that you recommend, please drop it in the comments below and I'll go check it out. And if you happen to be an Amazon affiliate, check that, drop that link in the comments and I will buy from your Amazon, just to thank you for being part of my fan base and watching the show. So as you see, pretty much that hole might cover the whole thing. Some of the holes are really close together. Like, I know I'm going to end up having to go back here, but I'm just going to continue until I get to the point where I have to cut more. And it's okay if you cut too many of the things off, because that's just, you're just prepping for your next project. So I'm continuing on with my hot glue. And I'm moving the camera closer because the remote's not working for me. So I'm continuing on and I'm just going around the circles and adding the flower in. And the only reason why I chose pink is because these are the flowers I had on hand. I did end up buying these balls. I think I bought them at Five Below, but you can always, if you decide you want to do small balls, you can do the small ones and just make a whole bunch of little small ones. These would be really great, like if you're planning on doing, like for potpourri and stuff like that. It would be great for a baby shower decoration or a bridal shower decoration, or even part of a wedding party. This could be really cool to put this and maybe put a dowel on it and have it so that this is part of a centerpiece. I'm going to go ahead and add this piece right here because I know there's a big spot right there. So I'm at the point where now I need to cut more. Got half the ball done, and I used that little bit that I had in here. The only reason why they were in there was because I was storing them separately. Now, I know that I had a glue stick out earlier that I don't know what I did with, but I always have my handy dandy little case for my glue sticks right here. Now, I'm trying to bring you some crafts that don't cost a lot of money, that aren't going to break your bank, because my whole brand and the whole thing I brought up with that I have actually made is about being frugal. Because when my girls were growing up, they're now in their 20s. They're all young adults. I wanted to do things with them that and make presents for them that didn't cost a lot of money because I wanted to be present with them at home. Fortunately enough, the first 2.5 years of my oldest daughter's life, I worked. But then when my husband, boss man, fortunately gave us a place to live, which cut down on expenses extremely, I was able to stay home at that point, and I didn't start back working until Gracie was maybe 3 or 4, but she was going to preschool at the time. So I was able to do that, and I relied a lot on friends who would go pick Gracie up and bring her to the school after her preschool got out. So you're just going to continue. And like I said, I just cut off. There was no rhyme or reason. I just cut off a little bit here and there. And I'm just going around, like I said, where the holes are in the ball so that I kind of can figure out the placements and if I need something to rearrange. Now, I've done these before, and I've used sunflowers, and they're really pretty with sunflowers. They have the big blossoms, and so you get a bigger ball and you work that way with them. But you can also do it any other way. You can actually, if you wanted to, get 2 smaller balls and make Mickey or mouse ears with them, or make a teddy bear ear with them. Speaking of teddy bears, I have a cool craft coming up pretty soon with how to make a teddy bear out of just a washcloth and rubber bands. I'll have to cut some more because, as you can see, I'm not there yet. So we're going to cut a little bit more. And I think maybe about 10 more. So I'm going to stick my hot glue gun out over to the side because I don't like working when I work with the hot glue gun. And I'm just going to go ahead and empty this container and put it to the side because I know that I'm going to need it for something else. And yes, I threw it on the floor. And I'm going to open this container back up because this container will now be where my little flower heads are. And I actually did a floral egg the other day that I'm probably going to combine these heads with. And since I only have a few more, I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to probably need about 10 more, probably less than that. But we shall see. So we're going to cut some more and go. All right. So we're going to add the glue around the thing and add it in. If you don't like this macrame cord, you can always use any kind of decorative cord that you like. But I just had some macrame cord because I was going to be doing a craft pretty soon. And I'm like, I bought this. I need to use it up. So let me use it on a craft that I'm doing now. Because I'm trying not to buy anything extra for crafts until I use up what I have in my craft box. I may buy, like, if I need a few extra, a piece of hot glue, of course, or some other craft that I'm working on. I'm trying very hard not to buy any extra so I can show you how to reuse stuff. Or if I am buying stuff that's not going to cost you a lot of money. So there you have it, guys. Just a little cute flower ball. I'm going to go around and I'm going to look. I see that there's a spot right here that I can fill. So I'm going to take all these hot glue stuff. Is really killing me right now. This is just going to cover up your string. And let's stick that there. I'm going to look around and see if there's any other spots. I see here's a spot where some white are showing through. You can always, no, that's okay. That will look around and kind of fluff them out and look at them. Go ahead and take all this extra hot glue, the little drugs of society, as I call them, that are anytime you deal with hot glue, you have all these little strings, and kind of look around and look at it and see if you like it, if you like the placement of it. You can always use a pretty ribbon if you need to. And I don't really like the way this one is sitting. So I'm going to see if I can push it down further because I just got through hot gluing that one. But there you go, guys. You have a cute little ball that you can use as a craft for an Easter basket. You can use this as something like a room freshener, air freshener. If you're doing a bridal basket, you can put it in a bridal basket, a housewarming gift, anything. It's just really cute. It's simple. It's easy. All I did was take a practice baseball, some flower stems, some flower heads. And what I did was I went on Amazon and Googled flower heads in bulk. And as you see, I've used several pieces for the flower heads. And now I'm down to just this little bit right here. And so I'm going to close that up and put them in store. I've also got these storage cases off of Amazon. They came in a pack. And I'm going to show you the trick that I was sharing with you earlier. Now, I'm going to go ahead and try to get some of this hot glue off my workspace. And now I'm going to show you the little trick. Mason jar or whatever kind of jar you have. Jars are better because they have the open like container here and the little brush. And all I'm doing is I'm just going to brush them all together because you know when you're trying to pick up something small, it's going to, and all I'm doing is just brushing the stuff off. You don't have to, this happens to be an elf brush that I had in here, but you don't have to use a makeup brush that you spend a lot of money on. I have little pieces here and there that I'm picking up. But look, guys, they're all in the container. And none of them fell on the floor, which is what I was talking about before. So I hope you enjoyed this craft. This little ball. That's all it did was a little ball. And I hope you really enjoy this quick and easy craft. That's my whole thing, is about quick and easy. The most time-consuming part of any craft is going to be probably the prep time, and if you're painting anything, having the paint to dry. But other than that, all it is, practice baseball, flowers, hot glue gun, and a cord for you to hang it up on. That's it. And yet you have a unique statement piece right here. Matter of fact, if you wanted to get a ping pong ball and do the ping pong ball and drill a hole in it and you could use it as an air freshener for your car as well. So until next time, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope you enjoy these crafts. Please like and review and subscribe to the channel. And then until next time, bye.